Well, thank you so much, ACP Louis Normal. I want to use this time to appreciate the presence of the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, Patrick Zulu, who's working tirelessly in ensuring that our citizens can go to bed safe and sound. We also want to recognize the presence of the Minister of Information, the top Minister of Information, Legible Rennie, the Deputy Minister of Information for Technical Services, Baka Fana, our Deputy Inspector General of Police for Crime Services and Interpol Affairs, Prince Moba, of course, the head of the Press Union Liberia, Honorable President of the Press Union, Honorable Charles Coffey and his entourage from the Press of Liberia, distinguished ladies and gentlemen of the press. We want to appreciate your presence here at this press briefing, providing updates of the death of one of our citizens, specifically a journalist in Bong County. And so, with not much of wasting your time, we'll go straight into providing you the updates. The Liberia National Police has arrested the alleged killer of journalist Chris David Brown, a reporter of Radio Paraclay of Banga City, Bong County, who was allegedly shot dead on Thursday, October 29, 2020. Victim Chris David Brown's lifeless body was discovered lying in a creek on Saturday, May Day, around Tucker Bridge, Bong County, on the road leading to Lofa County. During police preliminary investigation, a 12-man coroner jury was constituted to conduct an inquest, in other words, a physical examination on the body, and reported that the victim died as a result of bullet wound from a single barrel gun. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, the Liberia National Police is pleased to inform you and the public, especially the media community, that journalist Brown's alleged killer has been arrested. Suspect Henry Tucker, a farmer of the Tucker community, Bong County, was arrested late last evening, November 2nd, 2020, after a manhunt was declared for suspect Prince Galawu, a notorious robber in Bong County. Suspect Prince Galawu, speaking to investigators after his arrest, confirmed the shooting of his colleague, journalist Chris David, by suspect Henry Tucker. Suspect Galawu further informed police investigators that he and the deceased journalist were usually in the business of stealing goods. He admitted that on several occasions, he and journalist Brown have succeeded in stealing goods and selling them to a lady identified as Gita Bryant, a restaurant owner in Bong County. Suspect Galawu told police investigators that it was very unfortunate for them Thursday night when he and the deceased journalist visited the farm of suspect Henry Tucker in order to steal goods that led to the deceased journalist being shot dead with a single barrel gun. Also speaking to police investigators, suspect Henry Tucker admitted to shooting journalist Chris David. He told investigators that his goods have always been stolen by unknown persons. Suspect Tucker added that on Thursday night, he saw two unidentified men who visited his farm to steal his goods. He said when the two men were about escaping with his goods, he alarmed and discharged his single barrel gun, that's long gun, which led to the death of the journalist. In conversation with police investigators, Madam Gita Bryant, a restaurant owner in Bong County, confirmed regular interactions between she and the deceased journalist in the trade of goods. Meanwhile, suspect Galawu and Henry Tucker, as well as Gita Bryant, are currently under police custody undergoing further investigation. The single barrel gun used by suspect Henry Tucker in the commission of the crime has also been retrieved and is in police custody. Ladies and gentlemen of the press, we want to use this medium to call on all well-meaning citizens of our country, peaceful citizens, to give police investigations a chance and also continue to support police investigators with useful information in enhancing police investigations. The public can be assured that those arrested will be duly charged and forwarded to court in order to face the full weight of the law. At this juncture, we will entertain your questions, but before we entertain your questions, we would love to have further statements from the President of the Press Union of Liberia, Mr. Charles Coffey. Mr. Charles Coffey.
Honorable Minister of Information, Cultural Affairs and Tourism, Honorable Lejo, the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police, Honorable Sulu, and other officials of government and of the security sector. The press union interest is to bring perpetrators to justice. And as we did in the case of Tyrone Brown, the late Tyrone Brown, we collaborated, cooperated, and worked with the state security, including the police, and those who were responsible for brought to justice. As we speak, the guy who killed Tyrone has been sentenced through a competent code of jurisdiction. So we first want to hail the police and other security apparatus for ensuring that the suspects have been arrested. The accounts from the suspects are being alleged, and they put action. The competent code of jurisdiction under our law will provide the evidence whether these accounts they are giving are the reality. But we want to commend the police because once somebody is killed and nothing is done, it breeds tension. So I'm calling my police across the country, especially those in Banga City, Bong County. As we earlier said, let's continue to work with the security sector. Let's make sure that the right thing is done and the suspects have been arrested. They will be arraigned before the court. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. So thank you. The EU continue to work with the security sector and other relevant state authority. Thank you.
Well, at this juncture, we will take a few statements from the Minister of Information here in person of Honorable Lejo.
Good afternoon to all of you. I'd just like to again reiterate that the government of Liberia takes this matter very seriously. We'd like to commend the police for the preliminary investigation. Our government, as we've repeatedly said, is not in the business of running behind its own citizens. I would like to assure the media community that during these trying times where we have this unfortunate situation, the government assures them of the fullest protection in the execution of their responsibilities. You can go ahead and do your repertorial duties without fear or favor, because the government of Liberia will ensure, like every other citizen, the right to live without fear and favor, and be fully protected. I'd like to thank the police, the IG, and his team of investigators for this preliminary report. We look forward to the full conclusion of this investigation in the shortest possible time. Thank you.
Okay, so at this time we will listen to the Inspector General, who will somewhat add to the statement just released to you through the police, before we take your questions and answers.
Honorable Minister, President of the President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank the general public for the level of cooperation and the level of information gathered from the public. As I usually say, criminal cases are sometimes solved in hours, in minutes, in days, in months, in years. We in the Republic of Liberia watch a lot of detective movies, CSR movies, so people sometimes think as a crime occurs, you dissect your instrument and the next minute you find a perpetrator. It doesn't work that way. Like I always said, it is the information that we get from you as our citizen. You usually help us to speed up the investigation or to slow the investigation. In this particular case, we were very much happy when we collected the call log of the late journalist, Mr. Brown, and we found out that there was a specific call on Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday was the day of the incident. There were 52 calls between both of these guys from Wednesday to Thursday. So it claimed our attention, but we ran the number of this particular caller, the number tenor, to be Prince Galawo. Prince Galawo is a known criminal in Bong County. So with the help of the citizenry, we gathered information from our citizens and were able to apprehend Prince. In so doing, Prince revealed to us that he was not the one who discharged the firearm. Rather, he said it was one Tucker who owns a Tucker farm, and immediately we went all out. We were able to arrest Tucker came and admitted who have been the one who shot this particular individual. However, the investigation is ongoing, and based upon information again from the same community, from our people, who were able to establish a link between the deceased and the arrested criminal, Prince Galawo, and a lady by the name of Kita Bryant, who own and operate a restaurant in Bong County. So immediately our men were dispatched to pick up Miss Bryant, and she came at the police station and confirmed that she has interacted with the deceased journalist, and in fact she brought one boat for him, and he brought another boat another time, and she said she didn't have money because she had already bought another boat. So when she was asked how much each of the boat was sold for, she said $5,000. So the investigation is on the way. We'll conclude this investigation and get back to the public. We want to thank the public for the level of cooperation. We would like to thank the press union for the level of cordiality between the press union and the Liberia National Police. These things happen, days of city, crime will occur. But the major thing here is if crime occurs, we should be in the business of solving this crime. So we are appealing to our people, give LMP the chance to do our work with the help of the information we have for you all, to always solve this crime. I thank you all.
So like the RG said, we want to appreciate this coordination between Ministry of Information, the Liberia National Police, and the Press Union of Liberia. This is a kind of long-running coordination in making sure that we can proactively communicate information to our citizens. So at this juncture, we'll take a few questions from any of you interested journalists. Please be recognized before you come to your question.
Okay, please be recognized, and we know we have three different officials here. Who will be referring your question to? Put your hand up and tell us which institution you are from. Yeah,
my name is Fadin Pia, and I report for LBS. My question is directly to the police director. I didn't hear you mention the lady in question as to whether she has been arrested, because I think she should be one of the suspects, because according to what you people said that she's been in the business of buying goods. So where is she presently?
Okay, thank you very much. I think probably you didn't hear me. I said with the help of the community, we were able to establish a link between the deceased and Prince Galawo and this hated Bryant lady. And the lady, as we speak, she is at the Banga Police Headquarters undergoing investigation. She also revealed to us that according to what I just said, that he bought one coat from journalist Chris Brown. He bought one coat and she paid the amount of $75.
Yeah.
My name is James Gude Flammo. I report for Spoon FM and Spoon TV. Specifically, my question is to the police. Firstly, let me say congratulations to all of the parties that have been involved in this case. But I'm a bit concerned regarding the speedy preliminary findings in this investigation. I listened to the IG, though Moses did not mention it. I listened to you, you talked about using the call log of the late journalist, and it is a very prudent idea. But I'm concerned why you took this matter very seriously by going to the call log. We saw the deaths of other folks in this country, like those auditors who died, and you did not talk about any of these things, and we are yet to see you taking these steps, and today you coming up to say you use the call log. Is it that the media is so special that you have to go beyond to use the call log, and these people in question, we are not getting anything? That's my first question to the IG. That's the first step of investigation. And let's talk about the story. Other may think that it is a make-up story, saying somebody coming out to say this man was a criminal, he came to steal my coat. Did you go beyond? Did you go beyond that to see it's possible you are doing it just to save your face or to save the government's face? Did you go beyond just being a good criminal?
Thank you very much. The cases that you are referring to, those cases are still under review. We have to await the autopsy report. Then, of course, we will come to the public with a new finding. But I'll say here to you, there are a lot of methods we use in gathering evidence. A lot of methods. So the method of suit whatsoever situation we use it. But I will tell you, we use the method of acquiring call log. Every individual that passed between our 80s, they are all of the call logs. But back to your question, this is no make-up story. You have somebody who came out to say, look, I shot this person. I shot this person because of X, Y, Z. And somebody came out to say, we went there and we encountered this man trying to escape. He shot my colleague. So, why would the government want to make a story? Why? For what reason? For what benefit? You know, in this country, everything that happens abroad nowadays is the government. Everything is even. If you get as a journalist right now, if you leave the police station now, and therefore in the car had accident, they will say he spoke for the RG, this is the reason why he had accident, and he passed. We got to stop this. We are not doing good for our country, we're bringing our own country down. The investigation is ongoing, and we can assure you that we will have nothing to hide. If you have the time, get in your vehicle, go Banga, or talk to your correspondent Banga. They will talk to whosoever guy in custody and will explain to you. These are people who say, I did this, I did that. We're not forcing people to talk. When you accept to take the responsibility of the death of somebody, you, as a journalist, will you accept it?
That is what I'm asking you as a professional. Did you go beyond?
I went beyond, but the investigation is still ongoing. The case will have to go to court, so I can go to the nitty-gritty of this case. I will give you the briefing that will be put for the public. The rest of it will be heard in court.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you again for your tireless efforts to put a stop or to fight the battle of crime. I'm Claudia Smith, also known as Lady Emotions of Cool FM. And some of our audience wants to know the specific charges that Tucker has been charged with. Is it manslaughter, negligent homicide? And secondly, the place the late Chris David's body was found, was that the initial place he was shot, or was it a place that they just dumped the body? So those are the two questions I just had from my audience.
Well, thank you. That's a very good question. Well, we are still investigating. We are investigating to find out, first of all, whether the scene is a secondary scene or not. And furthermore, we are investigating, so we have not come up with charges. But before we conclude our case, we will come up with charges to forward these people to court. Remember that we arrested the suspected person yesterday evening. So today, we have 48 hours. Today, we are still investigating. Probably by tomorrow, they will be adequately charged.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, presiding, and the rest of the officials in the article by Wisdom Pally, I read from the newspaper. I'd like to use this occasion now to take you to another case that is somehow similar to this situation. That is the case involving those 3 young men who were allegedly hired to do some work on basic. You have been releasing that of 12 days to the public, but recently I heard one of the fathers of those young men, Mr. Lambo, on the radio alleging that those young men have allegedly been transferred to Monrovia and they are in the custody of their alleged kidnappers. He claimed also that he has made contacts with the police to try to see how he can help to do search and seizure at the alleged location to get the young men out. But you have declined allegedly. So let me know how true is this.
Well, the Liberia National Police has nothing to hide. The case was brought to our attention to immediately dispatch our forensic team from Monrovia, including the commander from Bong County, the commander from Mangibi County, who is very close to the proximity of that area. They went on the scene and they started the search. When we went through the search and we didn't yield any fruitful result, we in return put up a 25-man team comprising of CSD officers from the forensic, investigators, patrol officers, to go all out to search for these people along the river banks. Fortunately for us, we were able to retrieve one of the bodies from the water. As we speak, the body is deposited at the funeral home. So, the body is at the funeral home, or the family will be called upon to go to identify that particular person as being formed. So we have nothing to hide. We are working in connection with all of the parties. We have a meeting with the family members, we help them, we talk to them, we listen to us. But those people that we are talking about, the 3 persons who claim to be survivors from the kingdom, those are people that we arrested. And according to our law, if you arrest somebody and detain them, you have 48 hours to forward them to court, or you will receive a writ of habeas corpus from the court. So not wanting to infringe on the rights of these people, it was signed for by a lawyer while the investigation is still going on. Remember now, the incident occurred on the 17th. From the 17th to now, he wants us to keep somebody in jail. It will be infringing upon the people's right. So we are still investigating the case. When the search is completed, then of course we will come back on the drawing table to conclude the case.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say thanks.